Hey everybody, Kyle Garland here. As promised after I made my divisional round picks yesterday, today we have our divisional round prop bets. I've chosen my favorite bet from each of the four games, so let's get right to it. The first game at Cincinnati at Tennessee. The line for Jamar Chase, I've got my notes off here to the left. The line for Jamar Chase, 79.5 yards receiving. I like this over a lot. Chase had 125 yards against Baltimore in Week 16. He had that 266-yard game against the Chiefs in Week 17. Week 18, a lot of guys were rested. Then in the wild card round against the Raiders, he went for another 116 yards. He is on a tear. And this Titans pass defense, even though they've got excellent safeties, they only rank 25th in the league against the pass. They give up a lot of yards passing. And recently, they gave up 113 yards to Danny Amendola in Week 18. 2 weeks prior to that against Deebo Samuel, they gave up 159 yards receiving. 79.5 yards receiving for Jamar Chase. Hammer this over. All right, moving on, we've got the 49ers and the Packers. This is going to be a frigid game. Could be the coldest game since the Ice Bowl. They're expecting single-digit temperatures. It's a night game, so the temperature's only going to go down as the game progresses. And just last week, Jimmy G threw for 172 yards against the Cowboys in a dome. So no issues there, and he still 172, not great. And part of it is the guy's just banged up. He's got a bad thumb. He's got a bad shoulder now that was added to the mix that he suffered against the Cowboys. And this Packers defense may have Jair Alexander back. He's practicing now for the first time since he got injured back in September. They held Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Baker Mayfield all under 225. Yeah, the reason I'm stumbling over Baker Mayfield is because obviously he doesn't belong in the same category as Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson. But they are a pretty good pass defense. The key for the 49ers is going to be to run the ball to get Deebo Samuel involved, Elijah Mitchell involved in the running game. And so that's going to suppress Jimmy G's passing yards. I just don't see him getting to 225. I think the under on Jimmy Garoppolo, 225.5 yards passing, is the best bet from this game. All right, moving on to Sunday. We start off with the Rams and the Buccaneers. Cooper Kupp, 100.5 yards receiving. Now, this has been one of the best bets all year long, going the over on Cooper Kupp. But the first time he faced the Buccaneers, he failed to get to 100 yards. Last week, in a dominant win against the Cardinals, he only had 61 yards. And this is not a bad Bucs pass defense. They've only given up 5 100-yard receivers this season, and only 2 since Week 3. The last 4 games, nobody has gotten to 100 yards. I know I've been hammering Cooper Kupp on the over all season long, but for this game, Cooper Kupp under 100.5 yards receiving is my favorite bet. All right, final game of the night. It's the Bills and the Chiefs. I'm going to go with the Josh Allen rushing line. It's 52.5 rush yards for Josh Allen in this game, and I am going on the over on this. Now, he's gone over 52 yards rushing in each of the last 4 games, 66 last week in the playoffs. Against the Chiefs, the first time they played, he had 59 yards rushing. 7 times he's gone over this total on the ground. Kansas City plays a style of defense that makes it susceptible to a running quarterback. Lamar Jackson went over 100 yards against him early in the year. Drew Lock even had success against him in Week 18. I think that this is going to be an up and down offensive battle, and Josh Allen is going to do a lot with his legs in this game. It's just the nature of the Chiefs' defense and who Josh Allen is. I think that he gets 60 to 65 yards rushing in this game. So for me, going over the 52.5 yard rushing line is an easy bet to make. Those are my top 4 bets for the prop bets for divisional round weekend. Good luck, everybody.